it's important for me to go through and do pieces kind of systematically. So I'm going to go through, now that I have the beginnings of my Monday, I'm going to go through and make sure I place my lunch. Now, notice that as I do this, there are some days where I did not indicate a lunch. Like Wednesday, there you go. Thursday also doesn't have, so I have to address that. And then Friday, I also don't have a lunch. So knowing that lunch is really important, I do have like a 2 to 3 that has something identified but can be moved. So I will move that. And then dinner, I have the 6 to 7. So I'm going to put that in all the way across. And do I have that in the, yes, actually I have that all through the week, including those other 2 days. Lunch on Saturday and Sunday. I did not indicate a space. So looks like I'm going to need, oh, actually there's a space there. 12 to 1. That's on Saturday, definitely. 12 to 1. And then on Sunday, it's going to need to be 11 to 12. Pretty early lunch. I like to have my things kind of line up in some way. So I'm going to move that down and just adjust the schedule to fit that. So get my blue designated for lunchtime. And actually every meal is in blue. Now notice I have no breakfast. I do need to insert breakfast in some way here. So I'm going to have to rethink this schedule in order to get my breakfast in. What I may do, most likely what I'll do, is production time isn't always on camera or talking or something like that. And in fact, this production time is all about writing. So what I can do is get my breakfast during this time in the morning. Just as I begin to do my production, I can get that bowl of cereal, which is typically all that I'll eat in the morning, or some oatmeal, and have that at the beginning of my production time. My meet times, I'm going to leave those white actually. My max time, I do want to color that one. That color is going to be richer blue. Let's do this kind of blue. And with that, I'm going to make the background, or the letters, I'm going to make those white so they stand out. Let's see, I have next, let's put in the 5 to 6 on Monday is Money Mondays. And that's a training that I'm going to do on Mondays. We have Tutor Tuesdays. So Money Mondays is for my Facebook group that has to do with financial issues, financial literacy. And my Tutor Tuesdays is for the Facebook group that my wife manages, I like to contribute to, and that one is Homeschool Heals. So we have those pieces in there. 4 to 5 on Monday is free. Okay, good. And then my 6 to 8, we've got 6 to 7 is dinner. And then that leaves me 7 to 10. And here, another technique that I like to use is to break up the time into kind of equal increments. So if I have a big space like this, I want to really be intentional about what I'm putting together here. With this being 7 spaces, I'm going to use 3, 3, and 1, and I'm going to call this bed prep. And kind of a cool down for bedtime. Get a little formatting here. And just because that gives me a consistent process here, I'm going to add that in. Now what this gives me is time for writing again. And I want to do writing as the first piece, and then on the second I want to do editing. All right, I just want to make sure my formatting looks good here. Uppercase is going to work for this. And then I'm actually going to copy this all the way across. Actually, this is weekday work, so I want to make sure that I only get the weekdays. All right, and there are a couple of considerations here that I find interesting. The first thing is to recognize where my breaks are. I only have this 4 to 5 break, though I do have lunch. Lunch is a break as well. And so after dinner, I'm saying I'm going to go right into writing and into editing. These are important because I want to make sure that I can do this. That is this realistic? I usually get pretty tired after 5 o'clock. Recognize that this also corresponds with the work day, this section here. So when I put these spaces in, this is corresponding to the work that I do for contracts, and making sure that those are completed during that time. So that's why I kind of leave those loose, except for the max time that's in here. And then I'm in a training in the evening, and then I'm saying I'm going to do all this stuff after dinner. Well, what I've done in order to make that work is I've decided that I'm going to attempt to reward myself this year during this time, the 4 to 6 on these times. So recognize that these correspond to times that would be training potentially, at least for Monday and Tuesday. So I'm going to call these my time and make that a motivation that maybe, and this is my hope, maybe disciplines me. Looking forward to this, I can push forward every night to do those pieces that I find important. I'm going to actually give it the same coloring as exercise. I also have a my time outlined for Saturday. That's going to be 9 to 11, or I'll call it 9. Again, just editing because of what the routine, nice routine seems to be. And then on Sunday, 7 to 9, 9, actually 9 is another my time. Again, notice that it's shaping up according to the things that I want to do, but also the time that's available. And for me, I like consistency in some, if at all possible. So you're seeing that in the process as well. All right, I think I'm ready for Tuesday. Let's go to Tuesday and look at what are the differences. Oh, I thought I had another max time here, and I do. I just copied it and pasted, but of course the color is what will bring it out. There you go. And this time, 1 to 2 on Tuesday. Oh, it's a different timing. I didn't do that right. For Tuesday, it's 1 to 3. And then 3 to 4 is free. All right, and I don't think that's the same color. Okay. Now that actually, there's free time. Spaces in there. For Wednesday, let's see, I'm working on 7 to 9. Those pieces are the same. 9 to 10 is actually free time. Then at 10, I'm working on train. I want to train from 10 to 12 and then 12 to 2. 2 different sessions. So I'm going to actually, because I want those to stand out differently, I'm just going to bold one of them and have the other without the bold. And the coloring for trainings will be orange. I'm going to see if I can use a lighter orange so as not to change my coloring too bad of my letters. Ooh, and I don't like those oranges. Here we go. Bright orange. There we go. I'm also going to do that same thing on Thursdays as well. Same exact thing. And so I've got then 11 to 2 is going to be what I'm calling paperwork. On Fridays, and that goes to 2 o'clock. And this is actually paperwork related to training, so I'm going to make that orange as well. On Fridays, right around from 3 to 4, I'm actually going to do something called Coach Live. It's another training. And this training is focused on issues that are brought up in the coachmethod.com website. So I'm going to make those the color of the Coach Method website, which is a nice burnt orange. but with some yellow in it. Let's see. That is not working for me. I want to change that. No, actually that works. But I am going to do this. I'm going to make this one that color and then bring this one to my nicer color. All right, that's Monday through Friday.